Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, July 21st, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Inflation causing some fast food chains to run out of food. Disneyland revamps its Jungle Cruise to be more inclusive. Poll from Gallup shows 2020 the most negative year in history. New York Mayor de Blasio mandates virus vaccines for New York's healthcare workers. India's COVID death likely in the millions. Also ahead, how the far left wants to take over the country. But first, food shortages across the USA causing some restaurant chains to slash popular menu items. Taco Bell, Subway, Starbucks, all rationing items like chicken, roast beef, shredded lettuce, even ketchup. Industry insiders blame the lack of ingredients on higher prices, reduced farm labor, and closures at meat packing plants. Disney announcing its plan to overhaul its iconic Jungle Cruise ride to avoid so-called racist imagery. The ride first opened in 1955 and featured spear-waving Africans as part of the attraction. Carmen Smith, head of the company's Inclusion Strategies Department, said the new ride will, quote, avoid misconceptions and negative stereotypes. Why? Because we like you. New survey from Gallup ranks 2020 the most negative year in history. 40% experienced daily stress, 30% suffered physical pain, 1 in 4 battled depression. Folks rank COVID, financial troubles, politics as the main sources of anxiety. The least negative year on record, 2007, just before the Great Recession hit. New York Mayor de Blasio requiring COVID vaccines for all city healthcare employees. Folks refusing the shot will be tested every 7 days or removed from their position. Despite being the site of the pandemic's first major outbreak, less than 60% of the Big Apple's healthcare workers are vaxxed. Officials in India reporting at least 400,000 fatalities from COVID, but a new report says the number of deaths is likely 10 times higher. Remote areas in India don't report, so the actual number will never be known. In a moment, the plan to impose leftist policies. Right back. My trusted technology research executive, Jeff Brown, has a must-see video out right now called The Great Reset. This reset has been in the works since 2015. Now the circumstances are just right, and it appears to be coming to fruition. So please pay attention because in Jeff's briefing, he will show us exactly what's going on, the proof, and how we can best prepare. He'll also give us the name of an investment he believes we must own if we hope to have any chance at preserving our hard-earned cash. In fact, if you buy it soon, he's convinced you could be one of the select few Americans who could see their nest egg double just from this one single asset. We may be about to witness the greatest financial shift in the history of America with the Great Reset. So, prepare now. Go to jeffbrowntech.com. That's jeffbrowntech.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. The old cliche, divide and conquer, is exactly what's going on in America right now. The progressive left, Bernie Sanders, Pelosi, Ocasio-Cortez, Kamala Harris, they know that American voters will not accept a socialistic system unless there is hatred and confusion. So, the progressive strategy is to divide Americans in two areas: race, skin color, and class, money. First, let's take a look at race. You have heard about critical race theory. That's in play in many public school systems. That would tell children as young as 6 that their skin color dictates what kind of a life they will have. That will confuse the children, obviously, and it's a terrible thing to do, but it's very effective. Teaching that white people are oppressors in the past and today divides the country. You can imagine what a young African American child will think and how a white child might react when hearing that white people are oppressive. It's all about dividing. And then there's the class issue. That's what is going on with the tax and spend system. The Biden administration obviously wants to give money to the have-nots in America and take it from the haves. But again, this creates division, jealousy, bitterness. The federal government is basically saying, you cannot make a living that will provide affluence. So we in Washington will run the economy, and that's a hallmark of socialism, and make sure you have the money to do what you want. It is a false promise. It has never been realized. The poverty in places like Cuba, Venezuela, Vietnam, China, North Korea demonstrates that a socialistic government will never provide affluence. However, there are millions of Americans who want the handouts. And then there are the people who are paying more than half of their assets to the states and to the federal government. They are not happy about doing that. I am one of those people. I can see half of what I have going, all right. But once you get over that 50% mark and you literally waste hundreds of billions of dollars, then I'm angry. I'm not angry at the have-nots. I'm angry at the federal government. So, summing up, the progressive left knows that skin color, race, money, economics, class is the only way they will seize power. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. For more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. My new book, Killing the Mob, still a big bestseller. You'll like it. In a moment, something you might not know. You could be paying a lot less for your home every month. This is really a true statement because there are loan programs out there with rates in the twos. But that's not going to stay forever. So you have to take action now. Please call American Financing. Take advantage of a free, no-obligation mortgage review and be one step closer to hundreds, maybe even $1,000 in monthly savings. I mean that. There is more to a refinance than just a lower rate, which is why American Financing reviews your entire financial picture. And you can pre-qualify right now by calling 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSConsumerAccess.org. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. America quickly returning to normal as the COVID pandemic recedes. About 50% of the entire population is now vaxxed, including 70% of folks over the age of 18. Despite the good news on the health front, the economy continues to be dubious. One major obstacle in the months ahead, inflation. Since President Biden took office in January, the Consumer Price Index up 5.5%, the highest rate of inflation since 2008, right before the collapse of the economy. If you are planning on spending some money in the future, here are some items that have gone up significantly in price since Inauguration Day. Women's clothing, up 2% as retailers struggle to secure items like cloth, metal zippers, and silk. Airline fares jumping 3% in the last 6 months. Fewer flights, higher fuel prices, and increased demand means travelers will pay more. The cost of a rental car soaring 5%. Many locations sold their vehicles during the pandemic. Wait times at some agencies today extend through September. Next, groceries. The cost of meats, poultry, fish, dairy products rising anywhere between 5 and 15%, depending on your region. Insiders blame a lack of labor for the food shortages. Recent studies found nearly 2 million workers in the USA are turning down jobs because they're getting free money from the government. You've heard that story. The second spot goes to fuel. Gas prices up $1.20 since January. The national average now stands at $3.40 a gallon, a 60% hike compared to last year. The worst item on price rises, a new car. Global shortage of semiconductors hit automakers hard, forcing them to limit production despite surging demand after the pandemic. So as COVID recedes, Americans eager to fly, drive, or take a long-awaited vacation may want to consider postponing just a little bit because of the price and because of who's in charge in Washington. Back after this. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 7 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized. Bonuses to 21% targeted. They strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people want to move to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk. Their short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns right now. NRIA is an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. So, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, start your due diligence at nria.net. Or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.